Welcome to Mindful Transitions, the podcast for women navigating the in-between, the moments of change that shape us, shake us, and ultimately reveal who we really are. I'm Sonia Figueiredo, a coach, storyteller, and a fellow traveler in this messy, magical thing called life. Here we talk real. We talk about identity shifts, relationships, boundaries, and the emotional roller coaster that comes with it all. Whether you're breaking free from old roles or stepping into something new, this space is for you. So grab a cuppa, get comfy, and let's take one mindful step at a time together.
You know, I wasn't meant to arrive when I did. I came into the world too soon. In a hurry, rarely, like I had something urgent to prove. I was premature, tiny, hooked up to tubes. My mum couldn't hold me straight away. And back then, they didn't know how vital that skin-to-skin bond was. So I spent my first days in a sterile crib, wrapped in wires, surrounded by beeping machines, alone. No cuddles, no warmth, just lights, cold warm air, and the hum of survival. And here's the thing, babies remember, not in their minds, but in their bodies, in their nervous systems. My body learned that the world was dangerous and that I had to fend for myself. Even as a baby, I was already adapting.
Let's look at this episode through self-esteem, the lens that we'll keep coming back to in this podcast. Firstly, emotions. That early environment wired my body to be on high alert. I grew up scanning for safety, always anticipating what might go wrong. That's anxiety, but it's also vigilance. It's the body saying, don't relax, you might get hurt. Needs? What I needed was simple: to be held, to feel safe, to be co-regulated by someone calm and loving. But I didn't get that. And when we don't get our needs met consistently, we adapt by denying them. We become the girl who doesn't need much, who's so easy, who always says, I'm fine. Boundaries. With no one mirroring back what was safe, I never learned that I had a boundary, a skin, a self, a right to be held. I grew up hyper independent. I didn't trust anyone to really be there. Does any of this sound familiar? Let's stay with needs for a moment. Because for so many women listening right now, this is the hidden wound. When I was left in that crib, no cuddles, no calming voice, no safe arms, the deepest needs I had were unmet. And here's the thing, unmet needs don't just disappear. They don't vanish because we're smart, capable adults. They go underground and they shape our whole lives. You might not have been born premature, but ask yourself, do you ever feel resentful after helping someone, even though you said yes? Do you ever crave appreciation but feel silly asking for it? Do you ever keep the peace to avoid conflict, even when it hurts? Do you ever cry in the car or the shower because no one sees how hard you're trying? Do you ever feel empty even after achieving everything on your list? Do you ever get angry when someone says, "You're so strong"? Because in the inside, you're tired of being strong. If you're nodding, those are signs not of weakness, but of a lifetime of unmet needs. Maybe you needed comfort, but you got told, "Stop crying. You're too sensitive." Maybe you needed rest, but your worth came from doing. Maybe you needed attention, but learned to be invisible to stay safe. So what happens? You grow up and become the reliable one, the strong one. But under the surface, you're running on empty. And here's the kicker. Most of us don't even know what we need anymore. We've spent so long disconnected from ourselves that even asking, "What do I need right now?" feels foreign. Let's try something now. Wherever you are, if it's safe, just close your eyes for a moment. If you're walking or driving, you can come back to this part later. But if you're still, just breathe. Imagine this. You're sitting on a soft blanket in the middle of a quiet, safe space. It could be a meadow, a softly lit room, or even a place from your childhood. But this time, it feels calm, gentle. You're safe here. In front of you, you see a little girl. She's about 4 or 5. She's you. She looks up at you with big eyes and says nothing. She doesn't need to. You know what she's feeling. Ask her softly, "What do you need right now, sweetheart?" Maybe she says, "I'm tired. I want to be held. I want someone to tell me it's okay." Whatever she says, you meet her with love. You hold her or wrap her in a blanket. You cuddle her and say, "I see you. I've got you now." Breathe into that. Let yourself feel what it's like to give her what no one else could. You're not that little girl anymore, but she still lives in you. And now you get to meet her needs. Take another deep breath. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes or return to the present moment. With your inner child in mind, let's look at the impact of not having needs met. I'll talk to you through my lens. That imprint that I had to survive alone shaped how I approached life. Relationships? Well, I overfunctioned. School? Miss Perfectionist. emotions, shove them down, and smile on. And yet, underneath, I carried this deep craving to be held, seen, loved without needing to prove anything. But how could I ask for what I wanted when I didn't even know I was allowed to? This is where so many of us get stuck. We've been running on nervous systems wired for war zones, in lives that now ask for softness, slowness, connection. No wonder we burn out. No wonder we keep pushing through, even when our bodies whisper or scream, enough. Okay, maybe you weren't born premature, but maybe emotionally, you arrived in a world that didn't feel safe. Maybe it started before you were even born. And maybe your mum was distant or busy or overwhelmed. Maybe no one came to comfort you when you cried. And now you're the strong one, the one who gets it done, the one who never asks for help, but desperately wishes someone would offer anyway. If that's you, I want you to hear me now. You make sense. You're not broken. You adapted beautifully to an environment that didn't meet your needs. But adaptation isn't the same as thriving. And it's okay to want more. For decades, I wore the badge of independence like a medal. But really, it was armor. I coped by achieving, fixing, people pleasing, making myself useful. I was everyone's emotional first responder except my own. The cost? My health, my joy, my ability to receive love without guilt. And I want to tell you, it doesn't have to stay that way. Before we wrap up, here's your reflection for today. Take a breath, close your eyes if you can, and ask yourself, when did you learn that you had to survive on your own? What needs did you shut down because no one could meet them? What would it feel like to begin meeting those needs now? This week, try one small act of self-honoring. Maybe it's saying no. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's just noticing when your body goes into overdrive and whispering, you're safe now. You're not that baby anymore, but she still lives in you and she's waiting to be held. Thanks for joining me on Mindful Transitions. If today's episode stirred something in you, share it with someone who needs it too. And hey, if no one else has told you lately, you're allowed to grow, change, and take up space in your own story. Here's to embracing change, one mindful step at a time. Please subscribe for more messages and take care and be kind to yourself.